What's up, Buttercup?
Does
Guys,
that song annoy anyone?
this is exciting. Okay, so first and foremost, I want to know if you guys can hear us okay, because we are on our new computer. And
it's our first time doing a live.
It's our first time, but it's like a fancy computer
But watch
that we just
this.
got. Well, hello.
It did it by itself.
It just moves around.
Is
like
that
it
crazy?
follows our heads. It's
Or what?
pretty cool.
Hi,
So,
Lori.
welcome
Hi, Carla.
back
Hi,
to
Robin.
Q&A Monday.
Hi, Deborah.
We're excited to be here. We were not here last week. I was busy getting a concussion. No, we were actually we were.
Yay, can hear you just fine. Thank you, Robin.
Yay, thank you, Robin. No, it was a big day. I mean, there was so many things going on last Monday. I can't believe that was a week ago.
I know, it feels like it was about 3 months ago.
It does actually. But there were so many things going on last Monday. It was a holiday. It was an anniversary. My sister was in town. I was getting a concussion.
The
like there's
national
stuff.
College national football
The
game.
national football game. Yeah, lots of stuff and things. So
Wait.
we are back for our Q&A Monday.
Amber said, hello, lady. Suggestion for post-concussion treatment. If you can find an osteopath that does cranial sacral treatment, in my personal experience, they work wonders.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I've never heard of cranial sacral treatments, but I have a really hard head. So I would just like, it'll be fine.
It's not the first time she whacked it.
It's not the first time I whacked it. It's my
definitely
first time
the
have a
worst
concussion
time
since
she whacked it.
as an adult, at least. When I was a kid, I got hit
Mr. Milligan.
by
Hello,
a line drive playing softball.
Hi, Ivy. Abby.
Line drive right in the middle of my forehead.
She looked like an
it
alien.
was like a tennis ball on the top of my head. It's kind of crazy.
Like,
and so I would say that was most likely a concussion, but yeah, this one was a bit. It was the worst as an adult for sure.
And you were impersonating Nathan.
And I was impersonating Nathan in the new robe. Yeah. Only I can't ride that hoverboard. Like that's my issue, right? Like I was trying to be on the cool and be like Nathan the cat lady and ride my little hoverboard down to the street and empty the trash or put the trash down on the curb.
Yeah.
Didn't work.
All incorrect.
Nope.
It was just one of these graceful. Even Sissy said
graceful. Graceful is not the word.
Jay should have been, her real name should have been Grace, because she is
Madison Grace right here.
It was awful. And I was right there and I saw the whole thing and it was like, oh
yeah,
it was terrible.
Yeah,
Zora made room for you, huh?
Oh, you've had multiple concussions. Wow. Okay.
What's your major malfunction, Amber?
Why
do you
like
do
me?
that?
Are you like a 90-year-old woman that falls a lot? Because that's the only thing I can say is like everybody's like, oh, what happened? And it's like, every time I've ever really injured myself, it's never been a cool story. I mean, like I broke a foot falling in a hole at the county fair. Like it was
trying to bring her
Bible. It was really
running with a Bible in your hand and fell in a hole.
I did. And I was like headed to college, and then I get to college. I didn't know no one, right? Because it wasn't in my hometown.
I didn't know no one. And
Amber's
a major klutz too.
Okay.
That's a gift.
Okay. I don't feel alone. I feel seen, Amber. I feel seen.
But I'm gonna get her a helmet.
Yeah, I just need to wear a helmet.
We're not doing this again. It was a little scary.
But yeah, I told everybody that when I got to college, I told everybody that I broke my foot riding a bull because I was a bull rider. It made me feel like I was actually cool instead of falling in a hole at the county fair, running with the Bible in my hand. So yeah, it's a thing. And I don't have a story this time, and I'm not good at lying to people I know and love. So what happened is I was taking the trash to the curb and I fell and I busted my head. That's what happened.
Yeah. And we don't even have like a real curb. It's like, but it is, if you're not knowing that you're stepping on it, it's like one of those little like dip ups. You know what I mean? So it was a little dip up, and she stepped back on that, and it was just, she gone.
Yeah, Deborah. Some of them, believe me, they didn't have any other like we were okay. Let me say this. We're from Tennessee. Right. So, and I went to college in Tennessee at University of Tennessee, Knoxville. And I lived on the other side of Tennessee. So nobody knew me at the college. And I mean, bull riding was probably something that a lot of people
do there.
Yeah. There.
A little rodeo time.
Yeah. We had a rodeo
Amber
every
said she
year.
walked into an x-ray, had knocked myself almost unconscious then a car door in the wind. That could have killed you.
That is
Moon Mojo in the house.
What's up,
Hey,
Laura
Laura
Lee?
Ooh, I meant to text you and say that I saw some action on a little spreadsheet.
Yeah, see, Abby got a concussion when she was 14 or 15. Wasn't keeping her guard up while sparring in karate. Okay, now that's cool though, right, Rob? Like that's actually cool. If I were to be like, oh, I wasn't paying close enough attention. I'm in karate, right? Like, okay, now I'm cool. But no, I was taking the trash out. So.
No, I wish. She also had her appendix. Now this one people do believe. She had her appendix taken out when she was a kid. A terrible situation. And the incision site got so infected.
I have a very big scar.
She has a very big scar.
And these days you don't even see it.
Her mom had to take her in, and the doctor was like, "You have gangrene. We need to cut her open right now." So her mama had to hold her down while they cut her open and drain this gangrene. So her scar is mega scar. And so when she's like,
at the pool.
Oh yeah, at the pool. They're like, "Oh my God, what happened?" She's like, "It was bull riding."
I got butted by a bull. The horn went right in.
Impaled.
I got impaled by a bull. Yeah.
Oh my God, you're lucky you lived.
Cricket is enjoying her delivery of her parcel. Okay, did it get to you?
Thank you, God. I checked. I think it was probably Friday or Saturday, and it was still in transit.
Oh
my God.
Thank God. I'm so glad it got there. It has been just that whole December nightmare with Canada's shipment. Yours was the last. And we were like, please,
this was the very last.
After our third
and I was so
try.
worried because it was such a big box because you had so much that I was like, man, everyone's just gonna pull it and mess with it.
Got some great feedback at Space Cats Florida this past weekend. Yay, Laura Lee! I saw pictures of you speaking at Space Cats convention. I'm just so proud of you. I so wish I was there, and I hope that somebody filmed it so we can watch it.
Yes.
Carla. As a Montanan. I love the bull riding story. See?
It resonates, right? Like you could almost DJ riding a bull. I mean, we don't let the story live for too long, but it is fun at first to see people's reaction. Really? How long did you stay on the bull?
8 seconds. That's only because I watched it.
That's the only 8.5.
8 seconds. There was a movie
8 seconds?
called 8 Seconds, right? Way back in the day. Yeah, and like
I'm looking at Sissy's face because Sissy will know. Sissy, is that right? I don't know.
What's her name?
7 seconds.
7 seconds.
7 seconds. Is that the name of the movie?
7 seconds. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. We know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
No. Definitely when it comes to movies, we have no idea.
I don't know.
Oh my God, you guys, this feels just like a hangout night.
I know. I like this. So does anybody have, just so you know, we are here to answer your questions. So if you have any questions, go ahead and drop them. And if you don't, we can just shoot the shit. I'm fine with just chatting too.
Oh my goodness, Carrie,
Never
hello
been
and
on
welcome.
A Q&A. Welcome, Carrie. Is there a certain
just
topic
any question.
for tonight? No. So thank you for joining us, Carrie. So on Monday nights, we go live on TikTok and then Instagram and then right here on Facebook and YouTube. And we do a Q&A session. So on TikTok and on TikTok and Instagram, it is rapid fire. We are getting so many questions.
Yeah.
There's like 150 people that join. Then we come over here to Facebook and it's a little bit quieter. And it's, like sometimes like our VIPs jump on, OGs are in the house. And sometimes we
hang out and talk about bull riding and scars and Jay's concussion. And
Luke Perry as Lane Frost. Yes.
And it was 8 seconds.
Yes, it was 8 seconds. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we share with you our dry January beverages. Jay is drinking a fine NA Red.
Yeah.
There's a cat hair in there.
There is?
Yeah. Did we get it for you?
No, I consume plenty.
Okay. And I found this beautiful mocha nitro stout. It's quite delicious. It tastes just like a beer.
Do you have any recommendations for fine gourmet cheddar cheeses for the discerning freeloader?
Cheese Whiz. I'm joking. I am joking. I don't know. Our babies. Does Annie have a favorite cheese?
Yellow. She likes yellow cheeses. So we get the not for them, but for us, we get the organic cheese like slices. Not even organic. We get the ones that we have right now are not organic, I don't think, from Sprouts. But we get the little cheese slices because she loves my
crackers.
Cheese and crackers are like my dessert. It's like my favorite. I will have it for dinner sometimes, just cheese and crackers. And sometimes I have it in bed as like
The
a midnight
sharper,
snack.
the better. I'm with you, Rob. Yeah,
Yeah, and she likes sharp cheddar. Yeah,
I do.
So she will come up, and sometimes I'll tear off a little piece and give it to her. I'm not saying that it's like the healthiest of diets, but come on, like if they want a
What are you
little
gonna
piece
do?
of cheese, give them.
She did make a
piece of cheese.
delicious lentil soup today. Hey,
Oh my gosh, I
Michael.
did.
Hi, ladies. Any suggestion to keep my 1-year-old cat
Off the kitchen counter?
He loves even getting in the sink and tracking water everywhere.
That is
the number one
cute.
reason that I mop our floors, because
Yeah.
there's these tiny little paw prints all over the place because they get in the sink.
Yep.
When it's wet.
Yeah.
So I don't think I'm qualified.
Okay. So yes, Michael, there are certain suggestions and to keep your cats off the counter. And I will add to that to keep your cats off the counter while you are home, because your cats will get on the counters, even if you've trained them to not be on the counters.
When you are not home.
When you are home, when you are not home, they will still get on the counters. But if you want them to not be on the counters while you're home, there are a lot of different things. The number one best way to keep your cats, and this goes for any behavior or unwanted behavior, is to clicker train your cats. So, and it's really easy. There's like tons of free YouTube videos.
The best one being cat.school.
The best one we found. But yeah,
YouTube right here, cat.school. It's a little cat with like a blue book.
That she's got lots of informational videos, but the clicker is like $1, right? And you can like clicker train your cats to not do. So it's positive reinforcement is what actually trains our cats the best. Now, you can also use deterrents, right? So aluminum foil on the countertop. So when they jump up, a lot of cats don't like aluminum foil.
Our cats like to chew on it.
Now they chew on it because we used it for a deterrent from our stove. And now once they got used to it, they were like, oh, I'm going to chew on that. Yeah.
They also make those little like prickle pads. They're not really hard, but they make it to where there's like little bumps, so cats don't like to stand on them. People put those strips on their counter as well.
Moon Mojo, Laura Lee said Facebook is for the laid back chill people, right? Yes. that's why we finished.
It's where the cool people hang out. Exactly,
yes.
Mr. Milligan.
Do you have an opinion on steamed and air dried cat food, as in the brand ZB Pets? I've never heard of this type of food. Yeah, so ZB Pets is a food. It's made in New Zealand. They have very strict rules, stricter than the U.S.
And babes love their beef and hoki freeze dried.
That's not ZB Pets. But that's natural. That's feline natural, also made in New Zealand.
No, the New Zealand, the beef and hoki.
Oh, that's the New Zealand brand.
Yeah, sorry.
It's New Zealand cat.
Even with a concussion, she's still smarter than me. Continue.
But yeah, Ziwi Peak is, as far as we know, I know they took an investment a few years ago from a Chinese company. And so people went kind of crazy. But we've talked to them since. We've talked to them since, and they have assured us that the money was to be able to put into more marketing, and it wasn't to change anything.
It was actually building a new facility.
Right. Well. Oh yeah, building that new facility. So so I would still trust them. Yep. Good food.
There's Carrie. I was wondering about the worm eggs. Do I have to see worms in order to use it? Once every 6 months or once a year. So the cool thing about Wormex is it is an effective dewormer. This new camera on this computer, it's like, it's an effective dewormer, and that's where you would use it for deworming, but it is also a great preventative. So that depends on where you live. If you are in an area that they're super flea prone and
if we both
back out, them,
what does it do?
Look at that.
That's cool.
We can't find it. This technology is too cool for us.
Doesn't help with my sore neck.
So you may want to do it like once a month, if it's depending on the exposure or how often you've.
No, so what we recommend if you are using Wormex as a preventative, like if your cat is going to be consistently exposed to worms, what we recommend is once every 3 months. For like 3 to 5 days, right? So like on the 1st through the 3rd or the 5th, right? If you're gonna do it as a preventative, because your cats are constantly exposed to worms. The best way to test for worms is really just to take your cat's feces from the litter and bring it into the vets and say, you don't even have to bring your cat in. You can just bring the poop in and say, can we do a fecal exam? I want to know if my cat has worms.
You won't always see worms, even if there are parasites.
We say, there's no real good reason to deworm your cats if they don't have worms. There really isn't. But if you are going to do this proactively, please use
Go
something
natural.
natural like this. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
and
can also
there
use
are other
pumpkin
wormers
seeds. You
out
could
there.
actually, yeah, you could use pumpkin seeds on a proactive basis to keep worms away, parasites away. You have to crush them up, and our cats don't like them, but maybe your cats will. They also don't like the worm eggs, so you have to disguise it anyway. So you can put pumpkin seeds in their food.
Deborah, so this is a good question. So for a kitty question, what do you feel about prednisone? About to start Bella having diarrhea for a month plus. That's tough because that's tough. Not loving it, but also don't have 53,000 to investigate.
3,000.
Time to get new glasses.
Yep. To investigate. Thoughts, please. Okay, so Deborah, when it comes to GI tract issues, we always do want to get to the root of the matter. But I know that testing can be expensive. There's a company that we're going to be live with this in 2 days, IPL, Innovative Pet Lab, not $3,000. We're looking at like $200 to test your cat's feces at home and send it into them, and they will be able to do a gut health check. I would highly recommend that. I would highly recommend getting some testing done to see what we've got, because more than likely, if it's been going on this long, it's more than likely like an irritable bowel issue or leaky gut syndrome, right? Which is totally like fixable. It is treatable. It will take time, but it is totally treatable. But testing is one of those things. If you can spare some change to test, if not, then you can treat with, just like our IBD and gut restore kit, that has helped with a numerous amount, just like with symptoms, no diagnosis, just symptoms of GI upset, diarrhea, vomiting, those things. 100% of the cats with diarrhea stopped.
Yeah.
In our clinical trial that we did with Innovative Pet Lab. So there are natural things on the market that you can also use.
If you are, but diarrhea, depending on how bad this diarrhea is, I get why you're doing something like a steroid just to try to shut it down. But always remember too, that that's fine to do that, but then you cannot
do that long term. You can't use it long term.
Yeah, long term, or you can't be like, oh wow, he's doing so good, I'm going to take them off.
You have to wean them off.
You have to wean them
steroids.
Off of steroids. Yeah. So keep us posted on this, because.
But if it's like we're dealing with dehydration now, and my cat can't, I can't keep doing fluids because my cat has diarrhea so often, then a steroid over a metronidazole antibiotic, I would recommend. There is another product out there called, it's one and done. It's called Diagel, Diagel. You can get it on Amazon. I would go directly to the company and talk to them. They're a fantastic company. It's called One and Done, and it stops diarrhea in one use, and it's natural. So it's like the alternative to these really horrible drugs like metronidazole, which will cause Flagyl, which will cause GI issues long term, like moving forward. Doreen, do you know anything about the Identity brand of human grade pet food? Yes, we're feeding it now in the afternoons to our cats. To
Everyone
the ones
but
that
Zorro, he won't touch it. But it's a great cooked human grade canned food.
Yep. New camera on the laptop, super crisp images. Really?
An improvement.
That's awesome.
It's probably just because we haven't put any thumb smudges
Ziwi
on
is
it.
available on Chewy. Yeah, nice. No parasites, no worms. Yeah. So if there's no, just to save your money, right? If there are no parasites, then.
Oh, baby.
Oh, we're talking different people.
No, that's Deborah.
Yeah. Deborah is saying no parasites, no worms. Right. So this is, machine explosive. Yeah. So Diagel is what I would look at. Steroids are time sensitive. Yeah. It might help. If it does, what it most likely means there is irritable bowel, right? So we've got inflamed bowel, right? Because that's what the steroids are going to do, is they're reduce the inflammation. And if it's like an allergy or something, it's going to also cut down the immune system. It's going to suppress the immune system to stop responding. But you kind of got it. And you can do some of your own testing at home, right? Like switching up foods and see if I'm sure you've probably already done that, but check and see switch to a bland diet. Turkey and
gently cooked
50-50, 50% turkey, ground turkey cooked, and 50% pure pumpkin. mix that up if your cat will eat it. It's a great bland diet. It's not fully balanced, but for a short amount of time to get that gut under control, give it a rest is super helpful too. What is long-term for prednisone? How many days max before you have to wean it down? That's it's going to
depend on the issue.
Yeah,
for example, when our Pooh Bear had to be put on steroids, he had a vascular inflammation, autoimmune disease. So he would bleed out of arteries. And he had an artery in his mouth that would let loose. Obviously, we were like, let's just fix this, bring down the inflammation. So he was on steroids for
on and off for a long time.
Yeah,
but
until
it was
we met with Pam Roussel.
Yeah, but he also died at 12. So we really want to. It's not good, and your vet will tell you this too. Like your vet will tell you, we can't give this for a certain amount. We can't do that. Yeah, prolong. But as a quick fix for something, it can sometimes be a lifesaver, right? Yes. It can sometimes be really helpful.
Work with your vet and let your vet know that you want to be as proactive as possible.
Right. I personally, I wouldn't want to use it longer than a couple weeks if I had to,
Yeah. Carrie said, thanks, ladies. I'm so glad I found y'all. I love my baby girl. I want the best for her. Keep us posted, Carrie. I love it. And welcome to Q&A. I hope you come every Monday. And I hope y'all come to the big launch this Saturday.
Yeah, so this week this is just begun, right? So in 2 days, we've got a big launch.
Huge.
That, guys, it's the stress test. They've already announced it, so it's not a secret. But we're going to announce the stress test, which there is a very special offer Deborah, I want you to join us on our podcast on Wednesday. Okay. Because they have a 48-hour offer that they're going to be offering once we go live for the next 48 hours after that, which will be very beneficial to you. Okay. But they are launching, or they have just launched a test that tests your cat's cortisol levels, meaning you can at home, you can see if your cat's stressed, how stressed they are, what level of stress. If it's chronic stress, we've already done it with our kitties. It's really cool to be able to see our cats suffer silently. They are stoic beings. They mask their pain instinctively by nature. But then when it comes to stress, the signs of stress we think are similar to humans, and they're not, right? Like if your cat is sleeping a lot, they could be very stressed. So they mask all these things. So this is going to be really exciting. That's Wednesday.
It's going to be awesome.
Saturday, we're launching our first product of 2025. And it is just the first, because I am telling you, we've got so much coming. This is our 10-year anniversary in 2025. And so we literally spent the last quarter of last year, well, longer than that for some of them, some of them, but for it to set up 2025 so that we are bringing you guys the best of the best. And it's not all just supplements. It's not all like what you would think. A lot of it's going to be totally out of like, oh my God, really? That's so cool. So
we think that.
I know. We know cat people.
Kicken said, have you tried the stress test to measure your own cortisol? I'm going to ask IPL if I could send them in a mystery sample.
See what happens.
And see if they'll test it for me.
Yeah, I bet.
We'll ask them on the live on Wednesday. I'm not joking. I will.
Yeah, I know. I know you will. Yay. So yeah, but I mean, I already know I have some stress issues. So
yeah. I don't need a poop sample from Jay to figure that out.
Really, I don't want to dig in my poop. Mm-mm.
On that note, hey guys, thank you for joining us.
We're gonna wrap it up a little early tonight.
I gotta tell you though, I'm very excited because Jay made, I don't know how she did this on a Monday because we were planning on doing it last night, but it didn't happen. She made the most delicious lentil soup, and I am about to go up.
Yes, I'm very hungry, and it is a very good soup. So, and it's healthy.
Oh, Trisha said my senior won't.
Thank you, Linda, brushing. For 100 stars for Mission Meow. Oh my gosh, thank you, Linda. Thank you so much.
So one last question. My senior cat won't tolerate brushing, but will yank out some mats. Is this okay? It is. If you can, it is. I would be keeping an eye on those mats, because they're literally pulling them out. If you can help with that at all, Sometimes it helps with
No
our Mr.
potatoes, Rob.
Biddles. No potatoes in there. Nope. Carrots though. Celery, onions. Sometimes if you find those mats, if he'll let you, you can try pulling them parallel to the body. So it's not a big pull on the skin. It's probably not going to cause as much skin irritation. Pull them parallel to the body, and then it'll make them into smaller mats that easily lift out. So you might be able to help him.
Yeah, but I want you to also try to
try different brushes.
Yeah, try to experiment with different brushes, because there are certain brushes. There's one that's made of goat. You can look it up on Amazon. Actually, I think it's in our shop, in our Amazon shop. If you can find that, I don't know how to
the
find
slicker brush.
No, it's made of like goat fur, goat's hair. And that's a really good brush to just start with, because the cats actually really love the smell of it.
It looks like a kid's hairbrush.
Yeah, it looks like almost like a baby doll hairbrush or something. But it's a really great starter brush for cats that don't like to be brushed, because they'll just rub, they'll sniff it, and then they'll rub their own fur against it, and then you can start brushing a little bit, and then you can upgrade to a little bit more of a stronger brush, or one of those. We have one of those glove brushes, cheap on Amazon, but you put your hand in it, and if they like to be pet, then sometimes I'll pet with one hand, and then the brush goes in the other, and we'll do that and start to brush, and then kind of get them used to brushes.
Oh, I love that. She just got him a pet heating pad, so I think he'll sit for a while.
Yay!
Oh, that is so awesome.
Yay! Yeah.
Yes, and Sandy Cat, one fast cat, just like Kit Kat said, best one on the market. So,
yeah.
And our babies like to go for a run on it around 4 a.m.
It's lovely. It's lovely.
It will. Although I will say,
why
7th generation wheel, because we have, I think their original upstairs, which they still love, and then we have their 7th generation down here. It's much quieter. So
yeah, their newest wheel, which is I think probably
it's probably the only one on the market right now.
But yeah, it's the best. We've had 3 of them, and
Trisha, thank you,
Trisha. Oh my gosh, all of your stars, guys. When you give us stars here on Facebook, they all go to Mission Meow, which is a beautiful 501c3 that pulls together, pulls together money to donate to these smaller feline-centric rescues and nonprofits, right, that are doing really great things.
Work.
And they're the ones that are always overlooked, like the government money and all that stuff goes to those big corporations, and we, all needed, like no throwing any shade there, but these smaller companies are doing
that are really
everything,
out there, boots on the ground, TNR,
everything volunteer,
neonatal,
everything,
just
incredible. From their heart.
Then Mr. Milligan said a heating pad to keep them in place while brushing. Brilliant.
It is.
It is brilliant.
Yeah, it is. They love the heating pads. I've been sleeping with the heating pad because of my concussion. And I shared it with Friday last night. She was so cute. She laid up on it. So cute.
Friday.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Okay. We love you guys so much. Thank you for joining us for Q&A Monday. And again, on Wednesday, we will be live at 5. Live at 5 Pacific time. That's 8 p.m. Eastern. Right here, same time, same place, for our podcast with Innovative Pet Lab. Great news on the stress test. They're going to tell us all about it. We're also going to have our favorite vet, Dr. Katie Woodley, there to join us. And then on Saturday, don't miss it. 12 o'clock. We've been teasing it for so long. You have to come 12 o'clock Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. Rob with 200 stars.
Thank you, Mr. Milligan.
Thank you.
Rocking the Mission Meow. You guys are the best.
Yep. So join us on Saturday.
We'll see you Wednesday too.
We will be back next Monday. We love you guys so much.
Have a beautiful evening.
Yeah. Get some rest. Eat some lentil soup.
Hopefully Wednesday.
Yeah.
Good night, y'all.
Bye, guys.